Hello Class 8 student. I hope all of you are doing good. Today we will continue part 2 and final part of lesson number 7, Sanatan and his rod. Okay children, do you remember in last class what we were talking about? Okay, let me remind you. Okay, in our last class we were talking about that Sanatan went to his neighbor's house and he approached them to repair the muddy road together, right? But his neighbors were unwilling to do that, right? So he came home and he decided to do the work by himself all alone. Okay, so in today's class we will see what kind of work he did it by himself all alone. Let's read and see. Okay, let's start part 2 and final part of this lesson. So in our last class we were talking about that Sanatan went to his neighbor's house and proposed them to repair the road together, right? But they did not accept his proposal. So he decided to do by himself all alone, right? So today in our class we will see that how he started his work all alone. Let's read and continue. Coming back home, he confided his thought to his wife, okay? Confided means told secretly what was in one's mind, okay? So, Sanatan came back, okay? Confided. Confided means told secretly what was in one's mind, okay? So, Sanatan came back home and he started sharing something to his wife. You have always taken manly and important decision at difficult times and I have always supported you. Okay, so when Sanatan came back and shared his idea to her, she said that I'm always with you. I will support you even this time. Okay, she said like that. The same thing goes this time too, said his wife. She was an intelligent woman and had always been a source of inspirations and support to her husband, okay? So Sanatan wife was someone who was so intelligent, okay? And she always encouraged her husband, okay? Inspiration. Inspiration means encouragement, okay? Inspiration, encouragement. She always give encouragement to her husband. So in the early hours of one night in the moonlight, Sanatan took a spade and a basket and began to dig the earth in a corner of open ground, okay? So what did Sanatan do? Okay, early hours of one night, okay, in the moonlight, Sanatan took his spade means, you know, right? Something like this. Spade means to dig the earth, okay? I'm sure you know this spade. And then he took bucket like this and then he started working, okay? He then carried the loose earth in a basket and threw it down on the ground. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and more basketful of earth fell on the road and its level grew higher and higher, okay? He started digging the earth and then fill in his basket, okay? And then he threw on the road and then the level of road become higher, little higher, okay? His wife, after she had prepared the dinner, came out with a piece of cloth tied around her waist like a belt and began to help her husband in lifting the earth-filled basket on his head, okay? So after she cooked her food, she also came out, okay, tying cloth around her waist and then she also started helping him. In this way, the wife and husband went on with their work for an hour or so and then they retired for the night, okay? So both of them, they work for 1 hour, 2 hours and then they go home after that. Both husband and wife experience a strange kind of joy that usually fills one's heart at the sense of having done something good, okay? So after working very hard, you know, when they go home, take rest, they feel so good that, you know, they did something good. The next morning, the people found that the level of the road had gone up by about 1 foot for a stretch of about 5 feet, okay? So when people saw that, you know, the road of level increased by 1 foot for a stretch for about 5 feet, okay? And they knew who had done it, okay? So their locality came to know that who did that work, but they wink and smile at one another, meaning that someone was doing what was not his business, okay? So among them they were discussing, oh, this man, he did like that, this is not actually his work to do, but he's doing it, okay? The next night and the next and then the next night, every night, Sanatan and his wife continued to work with the spade and the basket, and the stretch of the road had been raised grew longer and longer, okay? So husband and wife, Sanatan and his wife, keep on working, okay? So the road of level has been raised, okay? But by this time a change had come upon the people of this locality, okay? So people were looking at them, okay? So but this time, people heart has changed. Let's see. The initial smile of cynicism and ridicule began to disappear gradually, okay? So cynicism means disapproving, not believing in the goodness of people, okay? Cynicism, okay? So they were not believing, okay, to Sanatan what he was doing, okay? Ridicule means making fun of someone, okay? So they were making fun of him initially, right? But that cynicism and ridicule has changed, okay? They disappear gradually. They were serious now, okay? See, they are his locality people, okay? Neighbors, okay? Their heart has changed now, slowly, okay? The wife and husband are turning a dream into reality with their sense of determination, okay? So husband and wife, they decided to do something, right? So their determination, they took a determination that, they are going to do something good. So their dreams come true in reality, okay? That too for the good, for the whole community, okay? So both of them, they were doing only for the community, right? For goodness of community. And we are simply looking at its idle spectators, okay? So people were discussing themselves, that, we were just looking at them, just idle spectator. We are not doing anything. We are just looking at them like that, watching them, okay? We are not being man enough, showing what kind of face shall we walk on that road, they began to murmur, okay? So they started talking by themselves, we didn't help them, okay? What kind of face we will walk on that road, okay? After they finished that, okay, they started murmuring. And one night, Sanatan and his wife were surprised as they were working as usual to see 3 of his neighbors come to that open ground, okay? So as usual, husband and wife, they were working, so they saw that, 3 of his neighbors started coming on the open ground, okay? And what did they do? Let's see. They began to dig without uttering a word to one another. You win, one of them said to Sanatan, when they finished their night's work, okay? So, they were, when neighbors also came, and then they started, helping them. The next morning, the people found that the length of the improved road had stretched by about 50 feet, okay? That night, many more men and women came out and began to dig, okay? So all the locality people, men and women, they started helping them carry on the earth, okay? At first they were silent, then they began to talk and to cheer up and encourage one another, okay? So at first when they came, they were so silent, and after some time they started talking and giving encouragement to one another, okay? They compelled Sanatan not to carry the loads anymore, okay? So they were telling to Sanatan that no need to carry, we will just do it, okay? But to supervise the work done by them. The joy of Sanatan and his wife knew no bounds, okay? They were so happy. We know when localities started coming and helping them, they were so happy, both of them. Within a few days, the repairing of the road was complete. Then one day, all the people gathered in the open ground and celebrated the happy occasions of the completion of the work they had so boldly taken up. Okay, so within a days, the repairing of the road was complete, because only both of them they did not do, because the locality people, they supported them. So within a few days they finished it. Okay, so they celebrated the happy occasions of the completion of the work. Okay, they celebrated because they were so excited about that new road. The people declared that Sanatan was some kind of a hero of the locality. Okay, so some people they said, wow, Sanatan is the hero of our locality, who had inspired the people to come out of their lethargy and made them achieve something good and useful for all. Okay, lethargy means laziness. Okay, lethargy means laziness. So people were telling that, he is someone who inspire us to do something. Those who are very lazy, okay, because of him we could able to come out and work and do something. They also declared that the road would now be called Sanatan Road in honor of the man who had shown to them that self-help is the best help. Okay, so some of them they declared that this road, we will call this name Sanatan Road. Okay, because he is the one who helped us, that self-help is the best help. Okay, the whole event pleased the people so much, so that some of their rich men of the locality donated enough money to buy lorry loads of fuels required to cover the surface of the road they had made. Okay, so some of the rich people, okay, they also got so inspired. Okay, so some of the rich men they donated lorry loads, okay, of fuels. Okay, lorry load means, lorry means a large heavy motor vehicles transporting good. Okay, so I hope you have seen like truck and pickup to carry the load, right? Okay, pebble means pebble means, I'm sure you might be knowing it, round shape of small stone. This is called pebble. Okay, so some of the rich men also they gave money to buy lorry load of pebbles. Okay, then one day the rain poured down and lasted throughout the night, but the people had no more fear that it make their road muddy. Okay, so after completing their road, one day rain started coming, and throughout the night there was rain, but people they didn't have any fear at all. Okay, because their road already they made the muddy road. Okay, so this is the story about Sanatan and his road. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story. Hi children, I hope you enjoyed the story. Okay, please stay safe and take care. Okay, bye bye.